Hayah Hoveh, Hayah Hoveh, Hayah Hoveh, Hayah Hoveh. Hayah Hoveh, Hayah Hoveh, Hayah Hoveh, Hayah Hoveh.
Welcome everyone to Shalvah this week. And this week we're looking at this chant that is only 4 words. So I didn't make a text sheet for this week, just these 4 words. Hu, Hayah, Hoveh, V'yihyeh. The word Hu referring to God. And then these 3 words, Hayah, Hoveh, and Yihyeh, are refer to grammatical tenses. They refer to time. Hayah meaning something that was in the past. Hoveh meaning something that is here in the present. And Yihyeh meaning something that will be in the future. And the point of this chant was to connect the idea of God to time and sort of answer that question. What is the relationship of the ultimate source in the universe to time? And one of the things long, long ago, even in the time of the ancient rabbis, but certainly in the time of Maimonides, the ways that people answered that question was to say, in fact, that's one of the defining things about God. That God is that one thing in the universe that was in the past, is in the present, and always will be in the future. In other words, everything else in the universe comes into being at a certain point in time, exists for a limited period of time, and then goes out of existence. But God is not like that. God is unlike any other thing in the universe because God always was in existence, exists now, and always will exist in the future. And this is unlike, say, as we see in the Torah, unlike the earth, the universe itself, that according to Torah came into being at one moment, and God caused that coming into being. But as the earth and all the creatures on it come into being, we know that they will eventually go out of being, and we witness that cycle in nature, and we witness that cycle in our human lives as well. That human life is limited, and the lifespan of all things is limited, and we know about things that have short lifespans and things that have longer lifespans, but even something that has a very long lifespan, like a rock, something that really lasts a long time, we know it doesn't last forever. It is eventually can be worn away and go out of existence. But God is that one thing we can rely on to have been, to be now, and to be in the future. So when we find ourselves in a time like we find ourselves right now, a time of great uncertainty, where we really don't know from one day to the next what we're going to be facing, and we don't know how things are going to turn out. This isn't a story that we know the end of. We're unsure, and that can create a lot of anxiety because we can be anxious about the future. One way to calm ourselves down is to try to think of things that are not so contingent, things that are not so unknown, and to rely on this concept of God as that which stretches behind us way back into the unimaginable past and is here with us now and stretches out into the unimaginable future beyond the span of our own lives. That can put things in perspective a little bit for us to say that there is, yes, there are the unknowns and the worries and the anxieties of each day, and there is something, a through line. There is something that exists as sort of the ground of our existence that is with us and can comfort us. So when we think about this line, I think this is why this chant was created, is to have us meditate on that idea that God was, God is, and God will be, to calm our own selves down. To know that even though we weren't always in existence and we won't always be in existence, we're present now and we're at a certain point in time, but we're being carried by this force that always was, is with us now, and will go on into the future. And all of our worries of every day can be calmed in thinking about our connection to that ultimate force that transcends time, and that we, in our best moments when we're trying to connect ourselves to something higher than ourselves, we also transcend time, and when we connect ourselves to the ultimate ground of existence.
So, something that is often talked about in meditation is the breath being something that is always available to us. We're not aware that we're breathing most of the time, but we are. And when we pause and pay attention to our breathing, it can be a really helpful, calming tool to bring us to the present and to help us feel how many moments of our day we are really okay, even though things are so stressful around us. So today we're just going to focus on our breath, bringing your hands to your lap, feeling them resting there, finding a poised, relaxed position to sit in, or if you prefer, lying on the floor. Either closing your eyes or resting them on the floor, resting your gaze on the floor in front of you. Feeling your seat on the chair or your body lying on the floor. Feeling your feet resting on the floor. Taking a few deep, settling breaths. And making an intention to really be paying attention now to this moment, to arrive here. Giving yourself some space. Whatever you have to do today is going to be there for you when you're finished with this brief meditation, this brief opportunity for rest and equanimity, Shalvah. So letting your breath return to normal. Just paying attention to how your breath is today. Noticing where you feel your breath most. Is it in your nostrils, in your chest, or in your belly? Is your breath deep or shallow? Really turning on your curiosity and seeing if you can pay close attention to your entire breath cycle, from the beginning of your inhalation to the top, to your exhalation, to where that starts again. Becoming aware of your body sitting, your body breathing. When you find your thoughts floating away like a helium balloon, just gently bring it back to your breath. Your thoughts will naturally wander. That's the way your mind is built. There's nothing wrong with that at all. We just want to create a little bit of space to bring attention to your breath. And each time you find yourself becoming aware that your thoughts have strayed, that's a wonderful opportunity to be present and experience what it feels like to be aware. Can you focus more deeply on the quality of your breath? Not trying to change it, just noticing how it is today. If you find your mind wandering, you can use your breath or your body to bring yourself back into the present. Remembering that you're sitting. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Experiencing the rest that comes with being right here, right now. Remembering to try to stay with the breath, following the beginning of a new breath cycle to the end of that breath cycle. Feeling how your body moves with each inhalation and exhalation. Where do you feel that? Do you feel it mostly in one place, or can you feel your breath breathing in a larger area of your body as you inhale and exhale? Gently bringing your attention back if your thoughts stray, right back to this restful place of focused attention on your breathing. Always being gentle with yourself and compassionate. As you work on bringing your focus back, knowing that your mind is doing what it's meant to do. And as we come close to the end of this meditation, feeling how your mind and your body may feel different than when we began almost 10 minutes ago. Noticing if you feel more relaxed and peaceful. If any other feelings came up for you, sadness, gratitude, grief, self-compassion, all the possibilities of awareness of how we're feeling that bubble up when we stop and listen. Knowing that you always have your breath available to you, you can create some time to sit and breathe and listen to your own heart. Bringing attention back into your body. Bringing some small movement to your hands, gentle movement to your feet. Maybe stretching your neck a little bit. Thanking yourself for prioritizing your own health and knowing that the peace that you bring yourself is a gift to everyone you come into contact with. Taking some deeper breaths and opening your eyes when you're ready, or you can keep them closed while I chant, whatever is your preference. Hayah Hoveh, Hayah Hoveh, Hayah
Thank you for being with us for this moment of calm in the hectic pace of our lives. I just hope that in the week to come, that the knowledge of what is stable in our lives, the knowledge of what comes from the past, goes through the present and into the future, will stay with you and can always be as close to you as your breath. Have a good week.